Okay, guys, welcome. We're going to be doing a live stream today and see how this works here in Character Drawing Studio. And hopefully, some of you guys join here and draw along. So, today I'm going to be drawing an aviator giraffe. And let's see how this turns out. I'm going to start with the head by drawing a circle. Here we go. Now, normally I press very lightly, but I'm going to press a little bit harder so you guys can kind of see what's going on. And this is going to be a giraffe with a long neck. So I'm going to kind of curve it like this here. I'm not going to stop too much. You guys can follow along or just see. This is part of a community in Character Drawing Studio, which is a community for artists that like to draw characters. And we do fun challenges every month, drawings every week, where you can follow along. All right, I'm dividing the head there. Let's build the nose, and I'm going to kind of go a little bit faster than I normally do. All right, so there's the head of the giraffe. We kind of got that in there. And for the body, let's just do this. I know he's sitting because I'm going to have to get this big old airplane in here. And this airplane is essentially a big old cylinder. I don't normally draw airplanes, so let's see how this turns out. Looks kind of like a bullet. Maybe I think a little bit more forward here. I'm kind of looking at some references of airplanes off to the side here. Made it a little bit longer. And for the wing, I'm running out of paper space here. This happens to the best of us. And probably part of that has to do with the fact that it's a giraffe, but that's all right. So it's going to be somewhere over here. All right. And this little airplane, let's give it a little bit more of a bubble bottom part here. And I like the idea. Let's carve out this kind of seating area. It wraps around. And he's going to have this. Let's take a moment here to kind of see if anybody's joining us. Oh, we have one view here. So let's do this glass part here. We have one viewer. Welcome. And let's do this front. Now, if you want to give this a shot yourself, I would love to see your version of this character. You can make yours different. You can add a twist to it. You know, do we want to add aviator goggles? Before I start working on he's going to have a propeller here in the front. Very good. And let's go to the back here. It's got this part here. And he's going to have this. This is kind of like I don't normally draw a lot of airplanes. So I'm having to look here at a picture of an airplane to kind of see what these things look like. Let me see if anybody's joined us. Very good. All right, let's do, so far so good. Let's add the wheels here. Gonna do one wheel. We're gonna see the outside of this wheel. And then the other wheel, kind of back here, and we're going to see the back of it. Very good. All right. He's going to have this front propeller part. And again, if you guys want to give this a crack and post it on Character Drawing Studio, I have a link in the description. And I'd love to see your drawing. This is your version of it. Be fantastic. All right. So we kind of have a lot of the airplane worked out here. Let's see. He's going to have, let's work out the arms. We didn't do that. So we got one arm. I'm going to have it coming down here. There's the elbow and up. And we got to work out the hooves. Now the hooves, when I draw this hoof part, kind of going to be underneath here. Now, should he have, now the other one's going to be somewhere back there, and we're going to give him one of these kind of like one of those wheel, I think airplanes have these wheels like that. And the other one is kind of like that, going this way. Okay. Let's go back up to the head because there was a lot that I didn't flesh out there. So I was just this weekend at the zoo and we had this giraffe encounter. I was looking at them really closely and I didn't get to sketch them, but I sketched giraffes in person many times. I love drawing giraffes. We got to get the ear in here. They kind of have like these cow type ears. And since this is an aviator giraffe, I kind of wanted to give him these goggles. So there's going to be one goggle like this, and the other one maybe is on the other side. We're not going to see it. And a strap around here, and he should have one of these little helmets. And I left the goggles up because we want to be able to see his eyes, I think, and maybe the strap is loose. Maybe the other ear is flapping somewhere back here. They're both flapping back. All right. Now, and he's got to have a scarf. Right? So here's a scarf. Tied up or not tied up. This is like drawing a ribbon. We do this, so it's like flapping back. And the other one, same thing. All right. Looking good. Maybe the back of his seat here. And of course the spots. So I think the spots get smaller, as the closer he gets, and they kind of get bigger around his body. Towards the bottom. Here we go. And, we didn't flesh out his arm here. Boom, boom. And I don't think they have too many spots generally on their chest, but there are spots on the arms. And he could have had a bomber jacket on too. That would have been cool. All right, very good. So the propeller, let's do the propeller thing here. It's going to have, we're going to do these 4 markers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looking good so far. And I think now at this stage, I'm going to put this little wheel back here that we're looking at our reference airplane. There we go. At this point, what I like to do is we've sketched out our giraffe, airplane drawing, flying an airplane. We're going to grab our kneaded eraser and I'm going to knock back the drawing just a little bit. Just a little bit. Like it's kind of like lowering the opacity. And I'm going to grab my ink pen and I'm going to go through this whole drawing and kind of pick what lines I want to keep. This is the part where I tell my students to be very, oops, this one's out. Let's get another 0.8 micron pen. There we go. Got a fresh one there. This is where I finalize what do I want to keep. And this part is if you're inking it, something you want to be really careful with. Or not careful, but just, really want to focus on the inking part. Even though there's no such thing as, a mistake, we can always make corrections or adjustments, it's no problem. And here's his helmet. Now I kind of want this thing, the horn, sticking out of the helmet on one side. Here's the other one. Here's the rest of the helmet. And his ear. I kind of wanted his ear coming out through there. I see I made a mistake inking. Oops. But it's okay. The ears are flapping back. There's a scarf. And let's have one side of the scarf maybe twisted and going around like this. The other side. Like that. I got his head worked out there. All right, very good. This is me. Now the airplane. Let's work this out here, following along. Now again, if you're going to do this and try your own version of this, I would love to see it. Post it on Character Drawing Studio. It's a free community that I created on School for people that like to draw characters. I'm on there and we have 50 other members that like to draw characters. Go ahead and post your drawing on there of your giraffe aviator. I would love to see it. I'm going to post this drawing on there when I finish and color it. And the spots get smaller as they're in his face. Very good. Maybe some more on this side. And then the other side. So he's got the wheel coming down here like that. And we're going to have the other side of the wheel coming around. And there we go. Okay, very good. We got the cushioned seat back here. Perfect. Now we got to work out the airplane. We've got the giraffe pretty worked out. And let's see how we're going to do this airplane. Here, let's start with the propeller. Now, the propeller, trying to ink it like this, like we want to see zooming by. Just little sections here of the propeller. Very good. And also, you can do sound effects. That helps. The sound effects are very helpful. Okay, here's the front. Notice how I don't go super thick in this part. I'm trying to push that back. Meaning this side of the airplane, I messed up there, so I'm just going to redo it like this, and that's okay. We'll do some little fancy ink work there, and nobody will know. It's like Bob Ross said, we just put some happy little trees. Any little accident, we'll just fix it like that. And we can make that, we can fix that when we do some shading at the end. So here's this side of the wing. Good. And the other side of the wing, I'm going to go very light with that. Okay, looking good. I have one wheel here. Trying to avoid tangents right there. Intersection of lines in a weird way that kind of creates traps for the eye. Those are called tangents. So I strategically avoid those there. Here's the back side of the wheel. Okay, very good. Let's finish this guy here. Coming up. Let's see. Oops. 1, 2, 3. So. All right. And this little line coming through here. Forget the sound effects and the number 5. Now this is an old-timey airplane. So now we get to do some details. I'm pretty sure these things had like rivets were put together like this. Like sheet metal with little circles. And maybe here too. And then we see the inside of the engine compartment here. Maybe some rivets here. This was put together in sections. Okay, that's pretty good. Oh, we didn't do these flaps. I'm not a big airplane guy, so I don't know too much about the airplane construction, but we did our best here to kind of create this giraffe airplane. So flying an airplane. So the next step is I'm going to grab my knead eraser and I'm going to remove the pencil marks. And now one more thing I'm going to do before I wrap this up, and I'm going to color it myself and post it in the community. But I'm going to do some line weight variation. So what I mean by that is maybe I'm going to go through this thing and add some line weight under the mouth here, like make it a little bit thicker. Oops, wrong one. A little bit thicker under the mouth. Maybe here. Under the helmet, under here. Under the scarf. just to kind of not have that same exact weight throughout the whole drawing. Bottom part of the airplane here. You can hear my kids yelling. That's the good stuff. Okay, guys. I think I'm going to call it right there for my giraffe aviator. Now, if you guys do give this a crack, I would love to see your version of this. Post it in the community. Join the community. It's free, and post your drawings on there. I would love to see them. Okay. All right, guys. Let me see if I can. I don't think I can switch cameras, but I appreciate you. And thanks for watching.